allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which
If the clerk could take the roll, please.
Commissioner Look.
Here.
Commissioner Brastad.
Here.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Present.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Here.
Commissioner West.
Here.
Commissioner Gamache.
Here.
Commissioner Schulte.
Here.
Okay, then our first item is tax claims and abatements. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Brastad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Motion carries. Then we have the review of checks issued from Finance and Central Services and from Human Services. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Then we have the approval of minutes from our July 12th County Board meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gamache. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. We have two items under Chair's remarks today, and both recognize important contributions to our library program and activities that are underway. I'd like to ask Commissioner Gamache, our Library Board Liaison, to lead our recognition.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Our Anoka County libraries are hubs of activity all year round, but never more so than during the summer. In addition to serving our daily patrons, there are classes, performances, and more happening daily. If that's for me, just tell them I'll get back to you. Library Director Maggie Snow is here to tell us more about our two recognitions today, starting with the volunteers who make our program so successful and are here today, and then the library's annual report. Maggie, welcome.
Thank you. Madam Chair, Commissioners, I'm Maggie Snow, the Director of the Anoka County Library. Let's see if I can run both of these at the same time here. Anoka County Libraries can provide you with the tools and the knowledge you need to become an expert in whatever subject you wish to master. One of the resources in our toolbox are our terrific volunteers who every month across the county help make library collections and services accessible and provide their expertise. Volunteers like Eric at the Mississippi Library, who helps maintain order on the shelves and keeps the library looking neat. Volunteers like the Richter siblings, who have been instrumental in our summer classes and events and our services to teens at the Rum River Library. Next month, those four siblings will collectively surpass 200 hours of service for us. Volunteers like Gail and Lori, who are here today, who this spring helped us inventory over 500,000 items in our collection. And volunteers like James, who you see on the screen, who shared his experience and expertise in Rubik's Cube solving for the residents of St. Francis Library. James is a STEM volunteer at the library and was interested in doing some more activities for us. So working with librarian Becky Wapple, he designed a class on solving Rubik's Cubes. Together, he and Becky developed a presentation that was accessible to multiple ages and abilities, considering time and space implications. They created class handouts requesting copyright permissions when necessary and evaluated the program afterwards. I am proof that James's teaching was successful. I brought my prop. I was one of 6 people who solved Rubik's Cubes last week. And this is not an example of my intellectual capabilities, but a testament to how, with our volunteers, the library is a place of public education for all ages, of research assistance and instruction, of cultural programs and community building. Libraries are important because they transform lives. One of the most amazing things about the library is how we change and evolve to shifts in technology and communities we serve. In 1912, the Anoka City Library paid $6 for a subscription to the Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature. And if you are of a certain age, like myself, you will remember from middle school and high school digging through volume after green volume of Reader's Guides. Today, Anoka County Library provides digital access to scholarly journals, industry reports, magazines, with just a few keystrokes and a library card. In 1914, Minnesota libraries started using phonographs in story times to play music. Today, Anoka County librarians are media mentors, helping busy parents and families learn about and select books, music, videos, and early learning apps for their portable devices. Our children's librarians know that a child's brain develops faster from birth to age 3 than at any other point in their life, about 2.5 times faster than those of us adults trying to learn Rubik's Cubes. Practicing the alphabet, learning numbers, identifying colors, and practicing writing names are all key factors in building the foundation for reading and school readiness. Every week, our librarians offer parents, caregivers, and kiddos opportunities to read, write, sing, talk, and play together because learning to read comes before reading to learn. In 2015, with assistance from volunteer business executives, 50 Anoka County entrepreneurs received individualized counseling on their small business plans. They tackled new ideas and worked through business issues and challenges at the library. At the same time, our librarians offered research assistance, resources for business startup and job searching, and college and career readiness. Through partnerships with local artists and art organizations like Larry from the Rum River Arts Center, the library helps organizations reach new audiences because creativity is good for business. We also know that pictures of your grandchildren are worth something new, learning something new. Every week, librarians, both in the library and out in the community at senior centers, at community events, at out-of-school time programs, teach technology skills. In 2015, we also provided more than 92,000 hours of online and Wi-Fi access. With that came homework assistance, government and health resources, and language learning opportunities. Anoka County librarians are passionate about stories, both true and imaginary. They can recommend the right book at the right time to the right reader. In 2015, with the help of our volunteers, we put more than 2.5 million items into the hands of readers and learners. We even offered writing workshops so you could begin writing your own story. One Northtown reader is reading the entire series of The Trailsman, a series of pulp Western fiction that began in 1980 and ended in 2014 with volume number 398. The patron is working his way backwards from the most recent to the earliest. And as he gets closer to the beginning, he's finding it more difficult to find those books because not many pulpy Western paperbacks from the 80s have survived. But through the library's international network of libraries, we have been able to locate every one that he has asked for so far. Other rare items for readers have included Spanish-Mexican Families of California, 1769 to 1850. Latvian knitting patterns that were available only at the Library of Congress, and microfilm of Alaskan newspapers from the 1950s. The average cost of these materials is about $15 a piece, making it a $3.8 million value to the residents. But the satisfaction of reading 398 volume series is priceless. The library is a multifaceted organization, many things to the 890,000 visitors we saw last year. We provide assistance, knowledge, entertainment, a safe haven that's cool in the summer and warm in the winter, a place to learn, a place to reflect, a place to connect to community. Which brings me back to the volunteers, members of our community who work beside us every day, who teach us, who in 2015 provided more than 5,780 hours of service. Because of you, volunteers, libraries transform. So on behalf of the library staff, I thank you for your service and thank you for your time.
I guess I speak on behalf of the entire Board of Commissioners and thank each and every one of you for your commitment to volunteerism within our library system. It's nice to see familiar faces that have been here before and to continue that tradition of volunteerism within the community. And so I want to thank you because you really are what helps to make our libraries function. And frankly, you are the ones that point of contact to show others in the community just how valuable the libraries really are and what a true asset they are to our community. So again, thank you so much for your service. Appreciate it so much. I think they deserve, oh, go ahead, Commissioner.
I just wanted to comment, there's several retired employees from the library that are volunteers now, and I think that speaks to the value of libraries.
Absolutely. Could we have each of the volunteers, could you stand? I think we would love to recognize you, and also, let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you so much for your great work. Now we will move on to the Transportation Committee report. Commissioner Schulte.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have one item for action this morning under our Highway Division. The committee recommends approval to award a contract to Forest Lake Contracting in the amount of $7,378,688.08 for the Anoka County construction project, a reconstruction of Foley Boulevard from Egret Boulevard to Northdale Boulevard in the city of Coon Rapids.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Madam Chair, for informational purposes, that construction project will begin August 15th. They'll put shovels in the ground and get working, so we'll get a good portion of that project done. This portion of the project will be done this year, and the second half of the Foley project is for next year when we get to the actual intersection. With that, there's 5 other items under informational. If you have time, read through those, and that concludes my report, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. And just wanted to interrupt here and take a minute to welcome Todd Cruz, who is the president of the Twin Cities North Chamber of Commerce, who is here visiting today as well, and just appreciate your attendance here. So thank you, and appreciate the great partnership also. We will now move on to Finance and Capital Improvements Committee report. Commissioner Look.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Finance and Capital Improvements Committee met on July 19th, and we came away with one action item. The committee recommends the county board reject the bid for the construction of a new multi-purpose building at Coon Lake County Park and authorize staff to reseek bids and quotes for the project. There was one bid that came through, and it approximately $100,000 higher than the engineer estimate that's out there. We believe that based on the fact that there really wasn't competitive bids, that there's good and bad. The construction industry is very busy, and that in order to fit one more project in at this time, that they really have to charge more and hire more people to be able to get that done. So while timing wasn't necessarily perfect on this one, we believe that if we send it back through, and we'll have a better opportunity to get more competitive bids later once this season kind of slows down. So.
Okay, great. So is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
And Madam Chair, the rest is for informational items, and that concludes it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Look. Human Services Committee report. We have a number of items on the consent agenda. Unless someone wants to pull something out separately, I will move the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
And roll call vote.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is to consider recommending the county board enter into an agreement and accept a Veterans Court grant funding through State Court Administration. Been working for a while. We've actually had the Veterans Court for some time, and many of you have had the opportunity to visit that. They just do an incredible job, and so we're very pleased to be able to get this grant, and I know there are federal grants that have been applied for as well. If we're successful in receiving those federal grants, then we would end up foregoing the state dollars, but certainly very pleased to be able to bring this forward. So I'll move approval on that. Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad, Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye. Motion carries. The next item under economic assistance is to consider recommending the county board submit a grant application to the Department of Human Services for administration of Social Security benefit advocacy and outreach and access and recovery services from January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2019, with options to renew in 2-year increments. And we've provided this service for many years. However, the process and a few changes are being implemented as part of that. And so economic assistance will be working with social services, who will now have some involvement in that process as well. So I will move approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad, Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is to consider recommending the county board reimburse foster care provider Sally Larson $3,397.58 for property damage caused by a child while in placement. And for those of you who don't serve on human services, we certainly do have situations like this that come through. Children who have a lot of very high needs that are placed in various homes in the community, and we have a process set up whereby if there is damage within the home, the foster provider basically needs to submit estimates or bids, and then they are reimbursed for that repair of that damage. So that's what the process is, and I think that that ensures protection for not only the provider, but also for the taxpayers as well. So appreciate those who are willing to provide such an important service within our community.
I'll move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad, Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Motion carries. And then finally, Resolution 2016 HS13, the economic assistance bills, and I'll offer the resolution. Their discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad, Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Motion carries. That concludes my report. We'll move on to Property Records and Taxation Committee report. Commissioner Kordiak.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think it's pretty straightforward today. We have just one item for consideration. This entails a small sliver of land that abuts, one of Anoka County's lakes, which by itself isn't too big a deal, except it's separated by a tiny road and their cabin. So they're obviously anxious to hang on to their waterfront view and certainly entitled to repurchase that property. So I'm happy to bring that forward.
I'll move approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and that concludes my report.
All right, thank you very much, Commissioner Kordiak. Move on to Public Safety Committee Chair Report. Commissioner Brassad.
Thank you, Madam Chair. There's just 2 items on the Chair's report today. I would recommend the County Board approve and execute a memorandum of understanding for the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant for year 2016 local solicitation between the City of Coon Rapids and Anoka County. The City of Coon Rapids crime statistics qualified them to receive the JAG funds in the amount of $10,380.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Brassad, Commissioner Kordiak,
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja,
Aye.
Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item.
I would recommend the county board approve and execute the 2016 Emergency Management Performance Grant in the amount of $124,198 with a term of January 1st, 2016 through December 31st, 2016 for development, maintenance, and improvement of local emergency management programs.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move it.
Is there a second?
Second?
Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Brassad. Now we'll move on to the additional agenda items that came from the Management Committee, and I'll turn that over to Commissioner West.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have two items here. Consider Resolution 2016 M3, authorizing the adoption of the NACO Deferred Compensation Plan as another option to the Anoka County Deferred Compensation Plan. And one of the advantages to adopting this is that it contains very user-friendly tools that our employees, if they choose this avenue, make them be able to work on their retirement plans and just have more hands-on.
Okay, is there an offer of the resolution?
I'll offer it.
Resolution's been offered by Commissioner West. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion, your roll call? Okay, sorry. Roll call vote, sorry, we'll redo that.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Motion carries. And the next item is to consider consenting to Sheriff Stewart's appointment of Kevin Halwig as Chief Deputy effective August 6th at the hourly rate of $60.17, subject to the same types of benefits as other employees. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there
Second.
further discussion?
Madam Chair?
Commissioner?
Just wanted to commend the sheriff on this appointment. I've had the chance as mayor of Andover to work with Commander Hellwig for many years, and he's always been very professional, a great public servant, and a great deputy, so he's going to fit in that position very well.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, just a quick comment on retiring Chief Deputy Tom Wells. Today is his last day officially, and he'll be having a retirement ceremony later today, and he'll be greatly missed. He's been with the county, I believe, 31 years in capacity of the sheriff's office, and enjoyed working with him, and he's a very humble man and wouldn't like that I'm even saying this. Really did enjoy working with him, and his service to the county has been exceptional.
Absolutely. Thank you for recognizing that. Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Kordiak.
Aye.
Commissioner Silveraja.
Aye. Motion carries. Whole note on us, Kordiak, huh? Okay.
Sheriff never.
Yeah. Now we'll move on to committee appointments. Consider the following appointments or reappointments to the Anoka County Children and Family Council, appointing Tricia Leahy as the parent representative for a 3-year term expiring June 30th, 2019, as well as Renee Gwen for the same term, reappointing Chad Lanners, the community agency representative, for a 2-year term expiring June 30th, 2018. And then we'll move on to consider appointing Cindy Winandy to the Community Health Advisory Committee, representing District 2 for a 3-year term expiring August 31st, 2019. And I will move items 9, A, and B. Is there a second?
Second?
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. And then for informational purposes only, my appointments and reappointments to the Anoka County Workforce Development Board for 2-year terms expiring June 30th, 2018, reappointing Julie Lundberg from Medtronic and Jessica Lipa from Anoka Hennepin STEP Program, and appointing Ray Zarin from the local 292 and Dr. Elena Flyfield from Anoka Technical College, replacing Sherry Wickstrom. And so that's for informational purposes only. Just want to also remind the public that the Anoka County Fair is going on now through Sunday. A lot of wonderful opportunities out there. The weather should be great, and we're just very proud of the great work that our Fair Board does in ensuring that this opportunity is available to the community. Lots of great exhibits as well. Our Anoka County 4-H participants have been working all year, so it's nice to be able to go and see some of the products of their great work as well.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Luck.
just on that, the county fair has somewhere in the neighborhood of 160-some volunteers to show up for a week throughout the fair and volunteer their time, don't get paid for it, and without which that fair wouldn't happen. It's pretty interesting to see these people, busy bees, working and getting things done, and while people are enjoying themselves out there. So I want to be sure to thank those folks too.
You're absolutely right. Interesting. I was visiting with a young woman who says she has been there every year except for one when she was unable to get time off work. But she came home from out of state, took her vacation time specifically to come back home and volunteer at the fair all week. So some pretty incredible, dedicated volunteers, and we definitely are appreciative of their service. Okay, with that, the meeting is adjourned.